All right, so now we're going to have the first L'Hopital's rule, and this is of the indeterminate form 0 over 0. So if we recall the limit, limit of x goes to c of f of x over gx, that's going to be a 0 over 0 determinate form if the limit of f of x equals 0 and the limit of g of x equals 0 as x goes to c. So we'll end up with something like that. So when we take that, it'll be 0 over 0. And so L'Hopital rule says for c, a real number, as x approaches c, if limit of f of x and g of x are both 0, then what we're going to do to be able to hopefully find it is we're going to instead take the derivative of f of x and the derivative of g of x and then find the limit of that. Now, this provides that the limit exists at this point here, and or is going to be either infinity or negative infinity. So that's kind of a key. Now, the theorem remains valid if the symbol x approaches c is replaced everywhere it occurs with one of the following symbols. From the left, c from the right, goes to infinity, or goes to negative infinity. So it doesn't matter as long as it's one of those or c, it should work. And all we're going to do basically then is take the derivatives of the numerator, take the derivative of the denominator, and then we'll look at the limit again, and then see if we get something we can actually calculate. Because when you get 0 over 0, that means we're not ready. It's indeterminate form, and we have to continue on until we get to that point. All right, so here we have the limit as x approaches 4 of e to the x minus e to the 4 over x minus 4. Well, first off, what do we have? Well, if we plug in 4 there, we're going to get e to the 4 minus e to the 4 over 4 minus 4, which gives us what? Well, that's 1 minus 1, which is 0, and 4 minus 4, which is 0. So that's the indeterminate form. So now what we need to do is we need to take the derivative of the numerator and divide by the derivative of the denominator. So limit as x approaches 4 of, all right, well, the derivative of the numerator, well, e to the 4, remember, is just a constant, so it goes away. Derivative of e to the x, well, that's e to the x. Now, the derivative of x minus 4 is just going to be, well, that's just going to give us 1. So now we have a limit of x approaching 4 of e to the x over 1, or just limit of e to the x is going to be what? Well, that's just going to be e to the 4. And then that would be our answer for the limit, and that would be the answer for this here. Okay, so let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.